You are not able to sleep properly till the time you don't find the relevant answers to the questions that you are looking for. Is that you, or does that resonate very well with your child? Namaste everyone, this is Archit. Welcome back to Grihalok. Today, we will be deep diving into a highly mystical, one of the most beautiful combinations of astrology, that is the Budhaditya Yoga, the conjunction in Yuti between Mercury and Sun. Now, this is also one of the most misunderstood, misrepresented, or rather the least talk about conjunctions of astrology because of the fact that this is very commonly available in the charts. Most of the charts have this combination, this conjunction, because Sun and Mercury are usually not very apart from one another. Mercury is the closest planet to Sun, so that is the reason why it is always around Sun in some or the other way, not very far apart from it. But the beauty lies in understanding and dissecting the final layers to it, how this plays out. The moment this combination, this conjunction has an involvement of other planets, this gets spoiled. But on its own, in its own right, this is one of the most powerful conjunctions of astrology, which is capable of making you highly successful. So let us break it down, let us deep dive. You will get a lot of insights. If you have this conjunction, stick around till the end. Let's begin. First, understand what is Sun. Sun represents your father. Sun is your firstborn male child. Sun represents government authorities, political parties. Sun is also your Atma. Sun represents ego. Sun represents success, glamour. Name and fame are seen from Sun. What is Mercury? Buddh. Mercury governs over your communication, your intelligence. Mercury is your curiosity. Mercury governs your sisters, neighbors, your bua, your maternal aunts, your mama. Mercury also represents business. So all these things are seen from Mercury. Now, when these two planets are together, it is very important to see what all other planets are there involved with them, because they tend to spoil or change the significations of this conjunction very significantly. If you have a pure Yuti of Sun and Mercury in your chart, you need to check what are the degrees of both the planets. Whether Sun is approaching Mercury or Mercury is approaching Sun, because this also changes a lot of things. If you have your Sun approaching Mercury, that Sun is of lower degrees and Mercury is of higher degrees, or even Mercury is in the next house to Sun, but there is no planet in between Sun and Mercury, this will still play out. So it is highly likely that your father could be working for the government, or your education could be from a government school or a government institution. This means that you will have very highly influential neighbors. This means your bua could be extremely authoritative, or your sisters could be very authoritative. Either of the two will play out. What if your Mercury is approaching Sun? Mercury is of lower degrees and Sun is of higher degrees. Now, this is a combination that gives you extreme success in business. Highly successful stock market traders are seen from this conjunction. This makes the native highly intelligent. This will play out even if your Sun is in the next house to Mercury, but the only condition is Mercury should not be conjunct Ketu, and there should not be any planet in the Yatra of Mercury approaching Sun. This is a combination that blesses the native with excellent communicative abilities. So all the Mercurian governed tasks, the moment Mercury approaches Sun, it becomes excellent. He will find success in all those endeavors. You could have a male child that is extremely intelligent. Your father would be extremely intelligent. Now, another variation to this combination is, what if Mercury is retrograde? Mercury retrograde plays out in a very different way. That makes the relationship with your father, with your Sun, extremely karmic. And that needs to be handled with extreme caution and care. Now, here the results will again differ to a lot more degrees if there is involvement of other planets from the trine also. So I will not comment much about it because that would go in the area of speculation. But this is the overall result that you can expect. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. Over to the next one.